idea. Slade had a hit with it everywhere but the United States. They couldn't break that song in the U.S. And so Spencer figured, well, this is a new band, untested material. This is material that's nothing like what's out there now. So he wanted a safety net. I could care less whether we did it or not. It made no difference to me. I just didn't care. It's just another song to me. Kevin, on the other hand, was adamant about not doing it. He felt he was insulted by Spencer saying that he sounded like Noddy Holder, and because Kevin felt he sounded like Freddie Mercury. How do you compare a Freddie Mercury to a Noddy Holder in Kevin's mind? So he flat out refused to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Spencer was very persistent, and Spencer held all the marbles. He was the producer. It was his label. It was his studio. So,
Oh, yeah.
You're going to butt heads. You're not going to win. There's no way of winning. So we created this genius plan that that every time Spencer calls the rehearsal studio, which was daily, how's come I feel the noise coming along? And Kevin would just give me the phone. Spencer's unbelievable. Genius, unbelievable. I can't, just one phone. Great. Hang phone. Next day, same conversation over and over again. And Kevin's just, in the corner laughing. You know what I mean? He's like rolling on the floor. You know how goofy he can be. So, going to the studio, and it's finally the day to cut Come On Feel the Noise. So I went in early, as I always did, to tune the drums, make sure the air conditioner was off, all that kind of nonsense. And I said to the engineer, Dwayne Barron, I said, listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. We haven't worked on this song at all. And it's going to be a train wreck of monumental proportions. This is going to be the fuck up of all times. This is going to go in the annals of history as the single worst recorded version of any song. So he goes, all right, I'll record it. Right? So we come in, we recorded a couple of other things first, and Spencer goes, all right, come on, feel the noise. So Kevin is now sitting on this tall, bar chair in the corner of Pasha, where he can see me, and he's just laughing. So we had never, to this day, at that point, I had never heard the song from beginning to end. To be honest with you, I've never heard the Slade version, even now. I just never bothered, right? So there was talk back and forth about how to start the song, and so I turn around and I look, and Dwayne gives me the thumbs up. Right? So I start playing that beat, right? And everybody shuts up. So I'm playing that beat, and Kevin's over there just giggling away. I didn't even know the arrangement. If you hear the Slade version, I think it starts with the B section, something. But not only did I didn't know the arrangement. I left, I think, a verse out of it, but I started playing, and then everybody joined in. And Kevin is at the other corner of the room just giggling away and laughing, waiting for the train wreck. Except it's not in my makeup to play something poorly.
I know, yeah.
I as much as I wanted to drop a stick, you know what I mean? Yeah. Poke myself in the eyes, anything, I couldn't do it. And because I had already done a number of sessions, I knew that to keep playing at the end so that you would have a fade, all those things. And got to the end, and Kevin's smile has turned into this. He's glaring at me. It's like all the demons from hell were all crystallized there, just looking at me. Spencer goes, that sounded great. I wish we had recorded that. And Dwayne goes, hey, come on in and listen. Spencer went in and listened. Thought the track was solid. I went in and listened. I would check the time to make sure that, I wasn't rushing or dragging. And that was the drum take. Kevin runs from the other end of the room and he grabs my arm, and I thought he was going to dislocate my shoulder. He grabbed it so hard, and he takes me out of the room, and he goes, "What the fuck was that?" I said, "I don't know, man. I started to play, and you know, and like the drum sound was really good, and you know, I mean, I felt like I was in the pocket, and it kept playing." He goes, "Great. What am I supposed to do now?" And I said, "Well, you can always sing it like shit." And I walked away. And there it is.
And how many millions of records later?
Yeah, it's amazing from such humble beginnings that was and you know, credit goes to Spencer. I mean, you know, it was a smart move.
Yeah,
it was a good thing to do because if it wasn't for us recording that version of the song, you and I would be sitting here, you know, talking about it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, from my end of it, my recollection was, you know, watching, because I knew that there was a plan to wreck the song, to wreck it. And so after we did the sessions that I played on, and I saw Tony coming in, I stayed to watch the wreck. And I saw that. I mean, I saw that it was a one take, and I go, "Oh, okay, well, you know."
The intro wasn't planned. None of it was planned. I mean, it was almost like divine intervention that we had all individually and collectively had worked so hard to get to this point that something divine refused to let us screw it up in spite of ourselves.
I know. It happens.
Yeah.
It happened many times to you and me.
Yes.